Down here, and I had just done a vlog. I had been talking for 30 minutes, and it cut out just around 30 minutes. I lost that, and I was mad, and I was so happy with what I had said, and I really, I can't take that back. But, you know what? I forgive myself for accepting, allowing myself to be so attached to what I say. I forgive myself for accepting, allowing myself to feel this drop within me of fear of, I've just lost everything. There's bad stuff in the real world, and losing that material in the vlog was unfortunate. And now I'm like, super flustered. I'm like, I just did this. I have to do this again. Well, I am going to do it again, because I will hopefully maybe cut it off a bit sooner so it doesn't try and cut me off. But I forgive myself for accepting, allowing myself to feel so happy with what I had done when this happiness didn't really last, because when I lost it, I was upset. So this happiness didn't really reflect me being actually happy here. It was happy that in my mind I had created something, and then in my mind I lost it, and I was clearly energetically attached to it. I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to dwell within myself on the loss of this recording. And really, I lost the recording, but what I said is still here with me. In the recording, I did a lot of self-forgiveness. I kind of went through the process of self-forgiveness. I talked about how I script out what I say in my mind and how I enjoy doing this, because it's so hard to script because you're on the spot, and I'm seeing myself here. But hopefully I'll just keep doing some self-forgiveness in this post, and not try to I was very pleased with what I had made, but, well, like I just said, I forgive myself for accepting, allowing myself to believe that who I am emotionally should be based on something out of my control. And that's not to say that I want to be who I am based on an emotion, but emotion is something that exists within me and I have to deal with. I don't want to feel bad emotionally, but at the same time I don't want to necessarily participate in a lot of these emotions, if any of them, when they're not really here. And, whether an emotion it could be here or not, I couldn't really say right now, but I know what I'm trying to say. I'm certainly just trying to recover from, 30 minutes, not lost, but unrecorded. One of the things that I was talking about in that 30 minutes was kind of the process of self-forgiveness and the specificity of it. In that, right now I said a few things. I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself. I got a little off track thinking about emotion and not really being able to speak through that right now in any good context, but what I talked about was how I can say, this self-forgiveness, and I can be very specific in breaking down memories, breaking down, the different systems I've created, the different emotions, feelings, thoughts. I can go through all of it, or I can be general. And that's not to say that that's bad. and just being general right now, it's like, I'm not writing on a piece of paper I can't see, and reread everything. I'm on the spot, but who says you can't do self-forgiveness on the spot, and if that means being a little more general than usual and being a bit more spotty, I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to fear that I'm going to be acting and saying as things based out of context because I'm the only one who saw my 30-minute post. So trying to talk about that seems kind of like, where is he coming from? I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to fear people judging me as seeming weird because I'm so out of context because of the relationship to this post, this 30-minute vlog that I lost. So then I commit myself to not be so attached to what I do within the Destiny community. And now, that's not the general I commit myself to stop, breathe, and direct. That's just, it's a commitment still. But it isn't to that degree because I didn't present myself anything to stop, breathe, and direct through. And I can just do that as commonplace. But then if I were to do self-forgiveness in a more specific degree, let me say if, I'm responding to a certain thing in my environment, and I do my self-forgiveness for it, and then I commit myself to stop, breathe, and correct when I react a certain way to this object in my environment. And then that's, specifically dealing with this point, the different layers of it, and then the acting out of the self-forgiveness. That is maybe the biggest thing I want to mention that is still on my mind from my 30 minutes is I can say all the self-forgiveness that I want. It's not going to do anything unless I'm going to prove that I'm saying it for real, that I'm acting it for real. And how it's not about how you say, I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to, etc. It's not about exerting it a certain way. It's about proving to yourself, through real time, through the day, through it came up and I stopped it. Then I breathed and I made sure it wasn't still floating around. And then I corrected it, be it by not participating anymore when I have the chance, or just saying, this is how I'm going to do this now because this is going to be the most supportive thing in this moment. And that point kind of sums up what I wanted to talk about, if anything, in this vlog, which I'm going to probably put around the 15-minute mark, and just kind of move forward from there. I'm having these thoughts of well, what else can I bring up that I brought up last time? Well, that's fine. There were some good points I wanted to bring out, but, I want to move past that now because this is a new start, a new vlog start. I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to act within the experience of being flustered. I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to feel flustered because I just lost my vlog post. I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to be acting as flustered and experiencing flustered because I just lost something. Yes, within my losing the vlog, but really I lost something within my mind. I was holding on to this vlog within myself, emotionally, an attachment in my mind, and then I lost it, which turns out to be for the better because I got to see how attached I was. better to have lived and lost kind of situation. I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to fear I will not be able to relive the experiences of my last vlog, the one I lost, the 30-minute vlog. And, of course, with, more time in writing something like that out, I could keep detailing and I could keep doing memories. Well, I remember when I was a kid, I lost this or that, and I was upset because mentally I was attached to this object. Things like that. But in this case, I'm going to actually try and do a bit of a specific commitment, something that at this point I think I could work with. I commit myself to stop, breathe, and correct when I react to having lost my vlog with the emotional experience of feeling flustered. So I'm feeling flustered, so I'm going to stop that. I'm going to use my mind to stop it. I'm going to use whatever I can to stop it. I'm going to breathe, not so much needing to, I took a deep breath there, but not so much needing for it to be a certain type of breath. I am breathing. I'm breathing, okay. And then correcting, while I'm correcting, I'm thinking, well, how did this happen? Let me try to put myself in a position where I don't respond to things this way anymore. I'm correcting it as these thoughts in my mind, but I'm directing myself to use these thoughts. They're not thoughts that are attacking me, that are something out of my control. I'm directing them to support myself in the correction process, be it, even the stopping breathing, But I just wanted to point out that self-forgiveness doesn't mean anything if you don't act on it. It's a tool, and you use it. And it doesn't use you, and if it does, then something might be wrong. But so now I'm just having a bit of fun, certainly you need to stop again, because I'm flustered again, I'm like, well, what do I do now? And that's a thought, and that thought is there because I'm flustered still. I'm flustered because I've lost something, I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to define myself as the possession of this vlog. And the indication of that is that this feeling of lost something. Well, yeah, I lost something for real, but not within myself. This experience of losing something is an experience, not representing what really happened. What really happened was it's gone. But, what I said within it is still with me. What matters, the tools, is, me speaking to myself, it still remains. It was said. I listened, And I want to thank anyone for watching this vlog. It's not how I expected my second vlog post to go, but I appreciate anyone who was patient with me here, because this wasn't the points I wish to bring up, but they're the points that right now are relevant to me in this moment. And that's how I'm supporting myself, Sometimes I might bring up something not as relevant, just to explore, to express myself. But in this case, I just want to reiterate everything I said in my last vlog about my appreciation for the support of others, and that I'm still here. It's been a day, and I'm still here. And I want to thank everyone again. All right.